Welcome to Shangfai YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. South Sudan is again facing serious political tension after a new court statement and warning from Peace Monitor raised concern across the country. Suspended Petroleum Minister Port Kang has denied accusation linking him to the March 2025 Nasir attack, while the Peace Monitoring Body, reconstituted Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission, also known as Rjmec, warned that proposed changes to the peace agreement could damage the country's fragile peace process. Welcome back to the channel. Today we bring you a deep analysis of the latest political development in South Sudan. We will explain what happened in court, what the government and opposition are saying, and why many people fear the country could return to instability if leaders fail to work together. Before we continue, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's start this with Puot Kang denies all allegations. The biggest story today comes from Juba, where suspended Petroleum Minister Puot Kang appeared in court and rejected accusations connected to the attack on the Nasir military base in Upper Nile State. During the court hearing, investigators claimed that intelligence report connected Puot Kang to communication with Army Youth Group and SPLA-IO fighter who allegedly took part in the attack. According to investigation, information from WhatsApp conversations suggested that the minister may have received updates about military operation during the fighting in Nasir. The prosecution also claimed he may have been informed about casualties and wounded soldiers during the attack. However, Puot Kang strongly denied all these accusations. Speaking in court, he said he never requested any battle information from anyone. He also stated that nobody sent him military plan or report related to the Nasir attack. Honorable Puot Kang explained that he comes from Nasir and has many relatives and community members living there. Because of that, he naturally received information about events happening in the area. He told the court that being informed about events in his hometown should not be treated as a crime. The suspended minister also said that many people know his phone number because he is a public figure. He explained that different people may send him messages, videos, or information without his knowledge or approval. Another serious accusation presented in court claimed that Honorable Puot Kang communicated with SPLMIO commander Ogdor Scholl regarding money for weapons and ammunition. However, again, Honorable Puot Kang denied this allegation. He told the judge that he never responded to the message and only saw it clearly during the court hearing itself. The court also reviewed several videos reportedly taken from Puot Kang's phone by digital forensic investigation. One of the videos reportedly showed Y Army member discussing money support. Another video allegedly showed Army individuals speaking before the Nasir attack happened. There was also another video where Y Army commander reportedly sent a message to Rjmec in his role as chairman of SPLA-IO. However, Honorable Puot Kang denied knowing how such videos ended up on his phone. The judges later postponed the hearing to continue examining the case. So who are the accused? Puot Kang is among several individuals facing serious charges connected to the Nasir attack. The list includes opposition leader Dr. Rjmec and other senior political and military figures. The accused persons are facing allegations including treason, murder, terrorism, destruction of property, and crime against humanity. According to prosecutor, the attack on the Nasir military base led to the death of many SSPDF soldiers, including senior commander David Majudak. The prosecution also claimed that military equipment worth millions of dollars was destroyed or captured during the fighting. At the moment, Dr. Rjmec remains under house arrest while several co-accused are being held by the National Security Service in Juba. This court case comes at a very sensitive time in South Sudan politics. The court is preparing for election expected to the country is preparing for election expected in December 2026, but political disagreement continue growing between different parties involved in the peace agreement. Many South Sudanese are now worried about the future of peace and stability in the country. Some fear that if political dialogue fails, the country could experience more violence and instability. Others are calling on leaders to remain calm and solve disagreement peacefully through dialogue instead of conflict. Let us look at Rjmec warned about peace agreement changes. At the same time, another major political issue emerged after the peace monitoring body, Rjmec, warned against proposed change to the 2018 peace agreement. According to Rjmec, some proposed amendment could weaken the structure and authority of the peace deal. The warning was delivered by Rjmec interim chairperson Agri George Owino during a report presented in Parliament in Juba. He says some proposed change could remove important protection inside the peace agreement and affect the foundation of the transitional process. So what are the proposed changes? Reports say the government wants to separate some key national process from the election timeline. Well, these include the permanent constitution-making process and the population census. The government argued that there is not enough time to complete all these important activities before the planned election in December 2026. Officials also reportedly say there will be no further extension of the transitional period, but Rjmec warned that changing some part of the agreement without proper consultation could create more political tension. SPLA-IO raised concern. The opposition group SPLA-IO reportedly told Rjmec that it was not properly consulted regarding the proposed amendment. The group also complained that many of its members have been removed from government positions. These disagreements are increasing political mistrust between parties that signed the peace deal or that signed the peace agreement. Several stakeholders reportedly warned that the peace agreement is not only about election. They said it also includes democratic reform, governance changes, peace buildings, and security arrangement. Because of this, many people believe leaders should avoid unilateral decisions that could damage trust among political parties. They look at the security situation remain bad in the country. Rjmec also said the security situation in some parts of the South Sudan remains dangerous. According to the report, ceasefire violations continue between government forces and opposition fighters. The monitoring body, CDSAM, reportedly recorded many alleged violations during the first month of 2026. These incidents include army clashes, attack on civilians, sexual violence, and displacement of communities. Areas mentioned in the report include Ayut, Nirol, PG, and Akobo. The report also stated that many military training centers and cantonment sites are no longer functioning properly because of renewed fighting. Some unified forces have reportedly returned to their former army groups. This situation raised concern because the unification of forces was one of the key parts of the peace agreement. The humanitarian situation in some conflict areas is also becoming worse. Rjmec said fighting disrupted aid operations in places like Akobo. There were also reports of looting involving markets, aid organization compounds, and even hospitals. Many civilians continue suffering because of insecurity, displacement, hunger, and lack of services. Humanitarian agencies are being urged to continue supporting affected communities across the country. They look at the economic challenges continue in South Sudan. The report also touched on South Sudan's economy. Oil production reportedly remains stable, helping support government finances. However, economic pressure continues because some oil revenue is being used to repay yearly financial obligations. Many South Sudanese citizens continue facing high living costs, unemployment, inflation, and economic hardship. Citizens are hoping political stability can help improve economic conditions in the future. They look at the call for peaceful dialogue. Rjmec is now calling on political leaders to avoid action that could damage the peace agreement. The organization said inclusive dialogue remains very important if South Sudan wants to avoid returning to large-scale conflict. Observers say the coming month will be very important for the future of the country. As election approach, citizens are watching carefully to see whether political leaders will work together peacefully or whether tension will continue increasing. The court case involving Puot Kang and the growing disagreement over the peace agreement show that South Sudan is facing another difficult political moment. Many people are now asking important questions. Will the peace agreement survive this political disagreement? Can the government and opposition rebuild trust before election? Will leaders prioritize peace and stability over the political competition? Only time will tell. For now, South Sudanese citizens continue hoping for peace, security, justice, and national unity. Thanks for watching this report. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more updates about South Sudan, East Africa, and international news. Leave your opinion in the comment section. Do you think South Sudan leader can protect the peace agreement and avoid another conflict?